Verstappen went into the pits, got a 2.3 pit stop. Still trying to exit the pit lane. His total pit stop time from entering is 2.6 or 26.743 seconds. The position Hamilton, Bottas. They're showing how badly he tried to brake. Verstappen was really overcooking his brakes at the entry just to make as much time as possible. So Hamilton was first, he's got the fastest lap, Bottas second, Perez is third, Verstappen fourth, Ricardo is fifth. The problem is Bottas that doesn't really feel comfortable with his tires at the moment. Hamilton is pitting. Hamilton is now pitting from the lead. If Hamilton pits, Perez will be first. His car enough. So Charles Leclerc is in 9th, Carlos Sainz is in 10th. So he passed. Perez will stop probably this lap. It sounds like his teams are cutting into success is if the team can do enough, and if Perez can do enough to stay ahead of Bottas. He's going one more lap, it seems. They might have told him to do another lap purely because they wanted to actually push to get a better lead and then get in front of Bottas perhaps. So the standings right now is Perez is first, Hamilton second, Verstappen third, Bottas is fourth, Ricardo fifth, Alonso is in sixth, STR, who the hell is STR? Stroll, because Stroll's in seventh, London Norris is in eighth. Actually, pretty good. London Norris was actually, what was that at some point? But then they told him to get the position back because Saints wasn't happy. I'm sure there was some incident with the yellow flags or something, and he gave the position back, so obviously he won't get a penalty. So if you are on Twitch, yes, Norris is racing pretty well. He's seventh right now. Seventh right now, so Alonso is just in front of Norris. I just hope Norris can pass Alonso. Alonso's a very tricky driver. I think I had the music too loud because I definitely couldn't hear myself properly. So Perez is first still, so it seems he's trying to stay out. It's actually hurting him. Perez is hurting his own position by staying out. So Perez is still in front, and it seems that Verstappen is behind Hamilton. I'm just trying to find out if he could actually keep up. There's 3 seconds behind Hamilton. I don't know if he can actually catch up to Hamilton. It all depends on... It does seem like he's making up some ground actually, the more I look at it. I don't know why Perez is still out. Hamilton tire age is 11 laps. Verstappen tires is 12 laps. Bottas tires is 12 laps. So Perez is not doing very well. Lando Norris is in 5th position. Lando Norris, but Leclerc seems to be very close to Norris. Everybody put it once, everybody had one put so far. Everybody except, of course, Perez. Perez is not stopped yet. So Nikita Mazepin and Sergio Perez is under investigation. I didn't actually see what happened there, so I hope that they will show a replay again. I'm assuming that because Mazepin is at the bottom, which is 19th, last position, he probably didn't make space for Perez to pass. So Verstappen is 4 seconds behind Hamilton? Is that 4? No, wait, that is... Yeah, that is 4 seconds. 4 seconds behind Hamilton. Come on, Verstappen, do something, please. So Perez got passed by Hamilton. Perez got passed by Hamilton and he hasn't even pitted yet, dude. Like, dude, you should have pitted a long time ago. Alonso just passed Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo was just passed by Fernando Alonso. So Alonso took 9th position, Ricciardo is now 10th. So the standings right now is Hamilton 1st, Perez 2nd, Verstappen 3rd, Bottas in fourth. Verstappen is now second because Perez is going in for the pits. So Hamilton first, Verstappen second, Bottas third. Perez will probably get out. Let's see. He'll probably get out at fourth. So probably fourth position. He'll get out of the pits. Norris is way down. Nikita Mazepin got a 5th-second penalty with the incident between Perez and Mazepin. I didn't really see what happened exactly, unfortunately. Norris is in 5th position. Leclerc is in 6th. 2 seconds behind Norris. Ocon is in 5th. Sainz is in 8th. So Ocon is in 7th, Sainz is in 8th, Alonso is in 9th, Ricciardo is at 10th, Gasly 11th, Vettel 12th, Giovinazzi, I believe is his name, is 13th. He's driving an Alfa Romeo. Stroll is in 14th position, I mean. TSU, which I believe is the Japanese driver. He is in 15th, and then Russell is in 16th. Nicholas Latifi is in 17th. Mick Schumacher, which is Michael Schumacher's son, is in 18th. Mazepin is in 19th. You know what should have happened? Perez should have been able to, basically push Hamilton into Verstappen. So what should have happened is Hamilton shouldn't have been able to pass Perez that easily, and Perez should have been able to slow Hamilton down enough so that Verstappen could actually start to attack Hamilton. But that didn't happen. Nothing could have, stopped Hamilton from passing Perez because Perez was just too slow at the pit straight and was easily passed by Hamilton. So Verstappen is still 4 seconds. He's almost 5 seconds behind Hamilton. It doesn't seem like the Red Bull has any performance or any speed to actually catch up or even stay with Hamilton for too long, because he used to be 4. Okay, now he's like 4.7, so he's staying around the 4-second margin. However, I don't think Verstappen has actual speed to catch up to Hamilton. I think Hamilton is not even actually using his full speed yet, because he's basically just using enough to keep Verstappen behind him, and it seems he is kind of building a lead over Verstappen. So it seems it might be indicating that Bottas is actually catching up to Verstappen, which is in second. So Hamilton's in third, Verstappen's in second, Bottas in third, Perez is in fourth, nowhere near the top 3. Norris is in fifth, Leclerc in sixth, Ocon in seventh, Sainz 8th position, Alonso in 9th, Ricciardo 10th, Gasly 11th, Vettel 12th. Giovinazzi, the Alfa Romeo driver, is in 13. Apologies, I can't remember his name exactly and how to pronounce it. Stroll is in 14th. TSU, the Japanese driver, is in 15th position. Russell is in 16th. Nicholas Latifi is in 17th. Mick Schumacher is 18th. 19 is Mazepin, with that took his 5-second penalty. And we see Tsunoda. So Yuki Tsunoda is a Japanese driver. Bottas was just passing him as he was making that mistake. So Yuki Tsunoda went wide, made a mistake. Bottas had to try and pass this fellow making a mistake while he was making a mistake. Sergio Perez just put in the fastest lap, 1 minute 20.2 if I'm not mistaken. They are trying to show the distance between Perez and Bottas, which is 23 seconds. I don't think it's logical for Perez to ever really have any pressure on Bottas, except for the fact that Perez could push all his might and speed and take a risk by losing his 4th position, which I don't think he should do, because I think a 4th position is pretty good. Norris is in 5th. Behind Sergio Perez. Antonio Giovinazzi. So Antonio Giovinazzi just passed Sebastian Vettel. Just to add insult to injury, poor Vettel. I don't know what happened to Vettel, but I know we can say it's his car, but Vettel has never really performed that well anyways these last couple of years, especially last year with Ferrari. But again, Ferrari did have a very bad year last year. So Alonso is now attacking Sainz. Carlos Sainz is being attacked by Alonso. This is interesting because Alonso, I believe, is a 2-time world champion. Because I know you won with Renault twice. So Alonso, which is a former champion, is basically preparing himself to pass a Ferrari, Carlos Sainz Ferrari. So they're battling for 8th position. Just as we said, Fernando Alonso just passed the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. So Alonso's up in 8th place. So Alonso literally passed Ricciardo. Took a while, but he eventually came up behind Sainz, Carlos Sainz Ferrari, and he passed Carlos Sainz. It seems Alpine, which is former Renault team, Alpine is doing pretty well. They're 7th and 8th. So Ocon is also driving an Alpine, he's in 7th, Alonso is in 8th. So let's recap the positions of the drivers. Hamilton's 1st, Verstappen 2nd, Bottas in 3rd, Perez is in 4th, 25 seconds behind Bottas. Verstappen is 4 seconds behind Hamilton, 4.9 to be exact. Lando Norris is in 5th behind Perez. Leclerc is behind Norris, which in 6th. Ocon 7th, Alonso 8th. Carlos Sainz is in 9th. Ricciardo McLaren 10th. Gasly 11th. Giovinazzi is in 12th. Vitalis in 13th. Stroll is in 14th. Suda, I believe that's his name, Tsudo, is in 15th. Russell 16th. Nicholas Latifi is in 17th. Mick Schumacher is 18th, and Mazepin is in 19th. It's pretty sad that Bottas qualified first ahead of his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Qualified first, Hamilton qualified second, Verstappen qualified third, if I'm not mistaken. So, and even though Verstappen was not happy with his qualification, Verstappen was able to do some moves. Unfortunately, his car just doesn't have the all-out speed and performance he needs to catch up to the Mercedes in front of him, which is Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes, to actually pass him, which we saw in Bahrain. We also saw some action in Imola in Italy. So unfortunately, we do not see that same performance. However, Red Bull is still very much one of the top teams. I just don't think that they are necessarily faster than Mercedes as it seemed to be in the first two races. So Bottas is basically in third position. Started first, is now in third. Okay, so the fastest lap, if you guys don't know this, the fastest lap, if your top 5, I think, top 5 drivers can, if they make a fastest lap, that will count as an extra bonus championship point towards the driver, and counts, but you have to be in the top, I think it's top 6 it might be actually. And so Perez currently has that point. However, I think Mercedes might let Bottas come in to change his tires, because he technically has enough. He has enough time to get his tires changed, put on a qualifying lap, and then take that bonus point. It's very possible. So Mick Schumacher is on his way to try and pass Nicholas Latifi. Williams' team is telling Latifi to use all his car's resources to stay in front of Mick Schumacher, which is basically less than a second behind him. So now we're just waiting to see if Mick Schumacher can actually make a legitimate pass on Nicholas Latifi. the Williams. So this is basically Haas versus Williams. Yep, and there we go. So what happened? Nicholas Latifi made a mistake. He went very wide, and unfortunately made it very easy for Mick Schumacher to take that easy inside line, the easy race line, and then just pass Nicholas Latifi. Nicholas Latifi got passed by Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher hardly had to do too much effort because he basically overcooked his brakes. So he braked and was basically oversteering into the corner, lost his driving line, and unfortunately that is what happened to Nicholas Latifi. Not that good, man, not that good. Russell is George Russell is way too far from Mick Schumacher, and we only have 3 more laps remaining. So we're approaching the last lap. We're basically approaching the final lap. And Hamilton is way in front. Verstappen is on softs. I thought they said he was on hards. They're telling Hamilton to try and go for the fastest lap, which is very odd. Verstappen isn't. This is so interesting. So all of them pit stopped. So Verstappen and Bottas pit stopped to try and get the fastest lap. Like, I literally just like refreshed my video feed here, and I missed the pit stop that Verstappen did and Bottas did. So now we have to see. So Bottas just put in the fastest lap, which is 1:19. Now let's see if Verstappen can actually beat that. You would think that he should be able to, but with the amount of mistakes that he made in qualifying, it might be much harder for him to get it done. I think what happened is Red Bull waited to see if Bottas was going to pit, and then he pitted, and then immediately they said, okay, Verstappen, now you have to pit. And within that 2 or 3 minute period, I had to readjust my feed here, and unfortunately I missed it. Let's see who will have. So Lewis Hamilton has officially won. Congratulations to Lewis Hamilton. Pretty boring race, I won't lie. Pretty boring. Verstappen, I don't think Verstappen is going to be able to have a fastest lap because I see he's already going over the track limits. Fastest lap, but I think he actually went over track limits. I really think so. His lap is 1 minute 19.849. So Verstappen's race Verstappen's lap is faster than Bottas, but I still think, but I didn't actually see if Bottas actually went over track limits as well. That is a possibility. So Lewis Hamilton first, Verstappen second, Bottas third, Perez in fourth, Norris in fifth, Lando Norris in fifth, Leclerc sixth, Ocon seventh, Fernando Alonso eighth, Ricciardo ninth, Gasly 10th, Sainz 11th, Giovinazzi 12th. I have to learn that name. Vettel 13th, Stroll 14th, Tsunoda, another name I have to learn, Tsunoda is 15th. There we go, boys and girls, that is the race. The race is done. Thank you so much for joining me. See you in the next live stream. Ciao for now.
Thank you for watching. If you like my video, why don't you subscribe?